Hello everybody, welcome to Monday's MCN. Let's get into it. It's feeling a bit festive, isn't it? So we're doing a bit of mop-up work from the weekend. The first thing we're going to be talking about is Wednesday. Wednesday is going to end a massive live stream. This has got reveals coming out the wazoo, and it is being like special host Josh Soleil. That's pretty big. Josh Soleil does a lot of Marvel hosting, whether or not you've been to New York Comic Con or seen him doing a lot of the hosting, whatever it is, you've probably seen him there. So this is pretty big that they're doing this. There must be some big announcements and big things. We'll be looking at that. We'll be reacting to everything that's going down. So I'm really looking forward to doing content surrounding it, and of course updating everyone and stuff. And giving a little bit more context to stuff that's going to be featuring, you might have seen some stuff about the Awakening Gem Shards. We did a full video on that on Saturday, so check out that video. But this new thing that they're adding in is a different way. You spend a bit in order to maybe get a bit further progression to get more of the 7-star Awakening Shards, but it is a crystal, not a generic, which is, of course, disappointing, but it is what it is. Kabam Crash did say we'll be talking about the banquet, not specifics, but overall format, whether or not it's a format change or just reiterating how the event works. That's still interesting. The full specifics I do want to hear. As I've said countless times, a lot of people will invest a lot of units into it, and you want to know what is in the Greater Banquet Crystal, or the Greater Gifting Crystal as some people still call it, and find out if it's actually any good. And also overall details of the Everest content and rewards. So we're going to be seeing a new type of Necropolis 2. I don't know exactly. Will this be a new progression like tease? Possibly. We'll have to see. What is we're 2 days away from the announcement, so that's all exciting stuff. Are you looking forward to it? Some people are, some people are not. Why? It's Christmas. And now, is Isophene the ultimate Serpent counter? Quite possibly. In this little video that went out last week, you can see the fight against Serpent. That's a lot of damage, right? That's a lot of damage. You get a little bit of passive regen. I'm just trying to figure out some stuff on screen that we're seeing. Obviously some great animations. The art team don't miss. And there is an ego thing, top left hand corner. I'm looking forward to Isophyene mainly because we have these fantastic special bars, which you can see the bottom left-hand corner. They're not lit, but they are there. There's an interesting thing here when it comes ego. There's regeneration and passive fury. We do love a nice passive fury. If you play Hulk, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But as she ramps up, she does get those little ego charges to the top left-hand corner, which just is quite interesting. And, well, we'll see what she's done to Serpent. Serpent's even looking at the camera like, what the heck is about to happen to me? This is going to be the epitome of death. Death awaits for you, my friend. Yeah, you can see that's definitely the case. There looks to be some sort of vulnerability here. Not quite sure what that is, top right-hand corner. We'll learn more about the champion, I can imagine, on Wednesday, unless it's going to be some more details that are going over. But it was really cool to see this, and yeah, looking forward to the future. A bit of power gain as well. Now, whether or not the champion, because being a mystic, has some sort of nullify or a buff steal or buff replicate or some other element to it, it's all very interesting, isn't it, seeing what's on screen. So we'll wait until Kabam release more info, hopefully on Wednesday. Now on to conversion rates issues. I've seen a few people mention this, especially, I don't spend in the game, but I've seen people, especially in the UK or UK members of the community, say, hey, when I'm doing a purchase in the web store, it is converting in a way that is pretty harsh, where before it was pretty fair. Now, that is something that I think is going to be a continuation with. I'm not quite sure why Kabam have done it, but maybe there is a reason behind it. I mean, I can't really justify a reason, because of course it's unfair to the player base when it comes to making purchases, but there must be some sort of reason. Maybe it's an X-Solar thing as opposed to being a Kabam thing, because that's where everything's kind of run through. So maybe you interacting with X-Solar, I don't know 100%, but it is really weird to see this. Barrowman had this issue. I've definitely been contacted by people saying, in my country, when I've been trying to make web purchases, it has been more unfair from an exchange rate. I suppose you could try a VPN, but I don't know. Even logging in incognito doesn't seem to help. So yeah, I don't know. It's just frustrating to see this because everything costs a lot more, and especially with the exchange rates, it can be really punishing depending on the country that you're trying to come from to then get the stuff from the web store from to buy. So it's just not good at the moment. Now on to deals. A little bit of a Cyber Week mop-up. There's still stuff that's going on at the moment, still deals that are kind of there. And yeah, wrong items in some of the bundles seems to be something a lot of players are experiencing. You know, Quasar reached out to me and said, oh, I'm meant to get Titan Crystals as part of the deal. It says in this, Titan Crystals. And then when he came to get the purchase, it was 7-star shards. We mentioned this, I think it was like at the start of the coverage on Friday. I'm not doing much in the region of Cyber Week coverage. It's kind of done now. I like to do about 2 days worth of coverage, technically 3, and then go, boom, we're done. No more. I'm going to move on to the next project, next bit of coverage, next guide, next thing, you know, and the next thing is that live stream. But there definitely has been some issues here and there. Definitely wrong items across the board. More people with the Titan Crystal issue. And I think there's something with the briefcase as well. I would say do a ticket. However, Kabam Crash did say, thanks for making us aware of this. Sorry about that. We will be sending the Titan shards compensation. So consider it an extra 1,500 7-star shards. So that's good. At least people were able to keep stuff. This is one thing that I had an issue with several years ago when something was purchased and it wasn't as advertised, that people weren't looked after. Kabam seemed to be looking after people. Well, in this instance, I don't know any other instance if there's been some, you know, annoying discourse with things like that. But yeah, Kabam have said, we identified issue, no ticket necessary. These will be comped for players impacted. So that's good news. It's good news from that particular segment. If you have had a purchase and it's like not been the right one, I do a ticket. If you think that it's been wrong, there's been stuff, of course, that has been right, some that's been wrong, and if you definitely got something wrong, and Kabam haven't said they're compensated or have not compensated you, do a ticket. Go to your settings cog and click support and take it from there, and you'll be able to fill something out. And now on to our final bit of coverage, a final bit of information to go over, and that is the promo code. I know a lot of people were very disappointed with the promo code right at the bat because, you know, trying to get the freebies, it wasn't working. You know, Kabam allowed content creators to create videos or posts in order to say at 10 AM PST time, you can do the promo code. Unfortunately, as a lot of you know, when things go wrong, they go kabammy and kablamo, and as a result, promo code didn't work for the first 20 minutes. Anything after the 20 minutes and you redeemed it, it worked. Meaning that a lot of players in the community had to be looked at for compensation for that particular promo code. I'm not 100% sure if all that compensation for that particular promo code has gone out. Might have received it. There might not be. We'll have a look. The first instance was, Kabam said, greetings summoners, as some of you may have experienced early this morning, redeeming the Hunter's Market promo code resulted in no action nor items granted for your accounts. Specifically, if you input your code before 10 AM, 20 past 10 AM PST, we're working on a solution. We can re-push those redemptions from that time, but if this proves unsuccessful, we'll be compensating affected players. When we have a clear timeline on the latter option, we'll be sure to let you know. In the meantime, happy hunting summoners. So it looks like no. I'll go with no because it's November 29th, and we'll have to see what will happen this week. No, Kabam Crash was definitely on this. You don't need to raise a ticket in order to get it back. And let's just kind of go through right to the end to see if we've got any kind of update on this one. And I don't think there is. Yeah, I think that's any info on how long the code is valid for. Is this fix a slow rollout? Because I've received nothing. Maybe the fix hasn't even gone in yet. And it has been the weekend, so maybe that hasn't gone out. So more on that, quite possibly in the future. We'll have to find out if there's any more details. And yeah, that I think is going to wrap up the show. I think it's wrapped up in a nice time frame that you know, it's good. Anyway, busy old time in the world of Marvel Rivals. If you want to go and check out what's going on there, go and check out the middle button. If you click it, it'll take you to the Marvel Rivals channel. And this is a very busy week for the world of MCOC when it comes to this live stream. I'm looking forward to doing some coverage. Have a lovely day, whatever you're doing. And yeah, busy week. Thank you, and tatty bites for now.